Is Akhlaq one of the best teams in the MFL ever?
Is Muslim Knights one of the worst teams in the MFL ever?
Is this year a year to make history?
Is this the year of the tight end?
Ahmed, let's hear that freestyle, man. Come on.
Oh, let's go! Akhlaq got swag.
Woo!
Put that in your bag. Woo!
Other
teams they lag.
Woo!
The swag. Keep it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is your brother Yusuf Hamouda alongside Ahmed Saifan for this weekly sports show brought to you by ISG, KC, and Mass Youth. Today we'll be discussing the MFL matchups this week and more. Saifan, are you ready?
Boy, I'm more ready than SpongeBob. Let's go. So last week in our first game we had the Muslim Knights and Al Ghurabat. Do we even need to talk about this one?
They got the first touchdown, bro. Let's go!
That did happen, but it was the same team we saw last week. They struggled in the beginning. They kept it close, but it was still a struggle, and then they just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, but they got their first touchdown. That's all that matters, boy. They got their first scoreboard.
It's progress, I guess, and they traded for Imran Ali.
They damaged their team yet again, man. I don't get that. Why? Why would you do that?
I think Imran is better than Rami Dalak, in my opinion.
But Rami Dalak is there and he's consistent.
That's true, but
nothing. He lost another great player.
They play Free Sham next week. That's not looking good either. I don't know. This team is just not looking good for Muslim Knights.
They remind me of the Raiders. They're like this black and white.
They're depressing. They're rough.
Depressing, rough, jagged team. Nobody likes to watch them play, but when they score, it's the most hype.
But sometimes they have sick plays.
Yeah, sometimes. But honestly, I think the only people that want to see them succeed is probably their own moms.
Mad, bro? Why you mad, bro? I ain't mean to make you sad. Yo, my bad, bro.
Okay, the second game from week 2, we had Free Palestine and Mujahideen. Free Palestine, they won the week 1 game 73-0. You would think they'd easily come out with a win this week, right? I thought they'd for sure have to get a W with all that momentum.
But it just turns out that Muslim Knights are just that bad.
So I guess it was Muslim Knights that were bad, not Free Palestine was good.
Yep.
Because Mujahideen, Omar Bayzid was injured, and yet they still came out on top. It was the close one, 33-31, but they still beat a stacked Free Palestine team.
But how do we know if Free Palestine's for real stacked?
Well, they look good on paper, but something we overlooked in week 1 is that they don't have a solid QB.
That's true, and that could be their biggest weakness. That could be their downfall.
I think on defense they have no problem, but on offense they might have trouble keeping up with other teams. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but they should have blown out Mujahideen if they were who they were in week 1.
Oh, definitely.
And then the last game in week 2, oh my god, it was crazy.
The primetime slot. Akhlaq versus... What's that other team's name? The team that lost?
Free Syria, Free Sham or something like that. I don't even know.
Something like
They're
that.
losers, it don't matter.
It's all about that W.
But man, Free Sham dominated first half. Getting all these interceptions on Ahmed.
Yeah, I believe it was
Free Sham.
It was 24-6 at halftime. I saw Akhlaq. I was in that huddle. We didn't think for a second that we lost hope and there was no chance of winning this. SubhanAllah, we came out with the win.
So Akhlaq, they weren't worried at all. They stayed calm at halftime. They came out, they played defense. They weren't rushing. They just slowly came back, and Ahmed Abdullah got injured, and then Ahmed Mahmoud took over and got the game-winning TD.
And surprisingly, I feel like it was one of Akhlaq's worst games this season. I mean,
it was one of the first halves of the season.
Like it doesn't seem like Akhlaq really shows what they're made of.
Yeah, it felt like a really dirty win, but a win's a win.
But hey, when Ahmed Mahmoud took over at quarterback, what did he say?
He said Bismillah.
And then what did he say?
We're stealing.
I was sick as that. But you know, before each snap he was saying Bismillah. No one heard it, but I only heard it because he was snapping.
No, that's
because I was snapping.
That's called tawakkul. And you see how that happens? Trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Subhanallah.
So the standings after week 2, we have one undefeated team with Akhlaq at 2-0.
Oh, let's go.
And then we have four 1-1 teams. Free Palestine, Free Sham, Al Ghurabat, and Mujahideen. And then 1-0-2 team, Muslim Knights. Standings look pretty good right now. It's going to be a competitive league.
It is. They're all... The only two teams with different records than 1-1 is Akhlaq and the Knights. That's crazy that we've never had an MFL like that before.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they look like after week 3.
Yeah, and the thing about this season is that there has been no clear winner. You know, I remember like leagues before, there'd be one team that was just be dominating the whole time. They'd be like pulled away, and for sure they got that first round bye. But this season we don't have that.
Yeah, we thought it would be Free Palestine, but we're not sure about that now. Moving on, next week we have in the first slot Al Ghurabat versus Free Palestine. It's gonna be a different kind of matchup, definitely.
But hey, I got a request from last week. People were saying, hey, you guys need to give us an exact score because it's funner that way. It's more interesting. So give us a score to this game.
For the first game, Al Ghurabat and Free Palestine, I'm going to go with Free Palestine winning this by about 2 touchdowns, probably like 40-26. Sounds good. 40-26, I'm going to go with that. Sounds legit for me.
For me, I'll say Al Ghurabat. Surprisingly enough, they do have a quarterback. All they need is to learn how to catch, because that's a huge problem for them. See, these teams are complete opposites. On Free Palestine, everyone on the team can catch, but they don't have a legit quarterback. On Al Ghurabat, they have a legit quarterback, but they have no one to catch the ball.
Yeah, and Al Ghurabat, they have a tough time pulling flags on defense.
So I say Al Ghurabat wins it 42-26.
Ooh, we'll see. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Free Palestine is gonna get the win.
It's bold, but that's what I'm feeling. I don't know. Free Palestine, I feel like they were the favorites coming in, but they didn't look sharp.
Alright, in the second game, Muslim Knights and Free Sham. Easily Free Sham's gonna win this one. Probably 62-12. I'm gonna go with that. Free Sham is gonna outscore them by at least 50.
You think they're I know. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with you saying there's gonna be 62 points scored on them, but you're seriously thinking that they're gonna score 2 touchdowns this game and double their all-time high?
They scored 0 the first week, 6 the second week. They're on pace for 12 this week. It's math.
All right, I don't think they're gonna hit double digits against Free Sham. It's easily gonna be 86. Well, it depends on if Ubad al-Badawi wants to give mercy or not. If he doesn't want to give mercy, 86-6. If he does give mercy, he'll stop at about, I don't know, 53.
Alright.
To like, I say they score their extra point. They get a 7.
Alright, and then the last game of the day, Mujahideen and Akhlaq. Oh no.
Is that a primetime slot? Is that what I'm seeing?
That's a primetime slot. This is a big toss-up. 2 really strong teams.
Alright. I have faith in my team. Alright.
I do too, but it's gonna be a good game. I can't say that Mujahideen's a bad team.
Hey, but they're not perfect. But you know who is perfect? Al Akhlaq's record.
Oh,
let's go. Let's go.
If they get back Omar Bayzid, man, it's gonna be a tough one, but I don't think they'll have him. I think Akhlaq is gonna win this one, but it's gonna be really close. It's probably gonna be like 42-40.
I think this is one of the rare times that both of us agree. So yeah, Akhlaq gonna win this, but it's gonna be a close one. What did you say the score was gonna be?
I said 42-40.
I don't think Akhlaq's gonna let it be close. They learned their lessons from last week. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get together. Their game plan was a little sketchy. It was a little all over the place. Once they get it together this week, 26-35. How about that? A full touchdown ahead. Akhlaq, of course.
All right, sounds legit. And that's our week 3 matchups.
Brought to you by ISGKC and Mass Youth.